Welcome to Author Skillset Wednesday with a wonderful quote from E.B. White. Writing is an act of faith, not a trick of grammar. Sitting down to write is absolutely an act of faith, as I will happily testify to. And grammar is a learned skill that is, I think, highly overrated many times. We'll get to some of that in a moment. But first, welcome. If you've not been here before, it's great to have you here. My name is Christopher Diarmani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower aspiring Christian nonfiction writers to share their trauma to triumph journey using a complete, detailed roadmap for writing success so they can write, finish, and publish their book and make the impact they know they were born to make in this world. That's a really wonderful calling. I enjoy it to no end. And I enjoy the idea of helping you get to that active faith portion of it, which is so vital, really is. Because technical proficiency is one thing that's, let me just go here. Technical proficiency is great, but it's not the be all and end all. For me, writing is an act of faith. It's stepping out of my comfort zone, taking that leap into the unknown where I have no clue what's going to happen. All I know is that I've been called to do this and I need to embrace my courage and just go for it. Living in fear doesn't get me anywhere. Living inside my comfort zone, that's just the place where my dreams go to die. So staying there doesn't really help. And yet, that sitting down to write, that is sometimes the most courageous act I do in a given day. And that's one of the reasons that I think praying beforehand is always a good idea. Always a good idea. Because that way we can share our experience, strength, and hope in a way that's going to help someone else get out of the stuff that they're in and onto living their better life. Now, grammatical prowess, like I said earlier, highly, highly overrated, I think, because some of the words that have nailed my readers in the heart the hardest are the sentences that are the least grammatically correct. So I think it's way more valuable to have an important message and keep that message forefront than it is to make sure that all the technicalities of stuff is right. I can get a computer, I can get ChatGPT to kick out grammatically correct sentences. I can't get it to kick out sentences that are going to grab me by the heart, by the throat, if you will, and make sure that I do the thing that I need to do, that will inspire me to do the things I know I should do. Only you and I can do that. Computer can help maybe, but when it comes right down to it, the words have to come out of my head, through my heart, out my fingers, onto the page, and then through your eyes and into your heart to have the greatest impact. And that's where that active faith really comes in. It's preparing myself properly before a writing session, praying that I can actually sit down and write today, because some days it's not as easy as I'd like it to be. Let's just leave it at that. I want to share Hebrews 11. Let me just get me out of the way here. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That is absolutely true in my life. I'm sure it is in yours as well. I've long lost count about the places where faith has carried me through, and that it's been the evidence of the things that I can't see, even though the things have happened. You know, it's like your faith is a thing that enables you to dive into the abstract, allows you to compile a bunch of seemingly disparate things into one single cohesive package that drives directly into your reader's heart. So to that end, I would ask that you embrace every single, approach every single writing session as that act of faith. Pray beforehand, pray during, if you need to, pray in gratitude after it's over, because it's only with God's help that we're able to get these words out of our head onto the page in the first place, right? Grammar and sentence structure, yes, they're important, but don't focus on them to the extent where your message gets lost, where the sentences are so perfect that nobody can understand a thing, right? That's not where you want to go. Writing truly is, I believe, both a craft that we can learn, a skill that we can develop. We'll never become a master, as Hemingway likes to remind us, and yet it's also this act of faith that it's only with God's help that I can express all the stuff that's on my heart in a way that will get it out of my head, through my fingers, onto the page, and into your eyeballs and into your heart. It can't be done any other way unless God's blessed that process. Which is why I think praying before you're writing sessions is so hugely important. Because when we approach writing as this spiritual practice, as this act of faith, it elevates our writing to a whole new plane, for one, but it does so in a way that inspires, motivates, helps our reader understand that they too can get out of the pit of despair that they're in today, and that we are the evidence that it's possible. We're the evidence that it's possible. And once they see it's possible, you can't unsee something. Once you see it's possible, you may want to deny it, but you can't ignore it forever. At some point, you're going to think back to that moment where, wow, Suzanne's book, it really shone a great big light on the thing that I'm refusing to do. And my refusal to do it is why I'm still stuck in this horrible place. So anything that we can do, and with God's grace and assistance help someone out of, that's being of service to others, which is the highest possible calling for any writer, being of service to others. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope that that's been inspirational and motivational and encouraging for you, because that's ultimately why I do this every day, is I want to be of service to you. And to that end, I would love to connect with you on social media. I would love to see where you're at. Have you share with me a little where you're at? Let me share a couple of tips with you beyond these writing videos every single day to help you on your journey down your path down publication highway. So writingcoach.pro/Christopher gets you to all my social media accounts. It also gets you to a couple of free tools that I think will help you on jumpstart your journey down publication highway. Yeah. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I hope that you feel inspired to do just a little bit more today than you did yesterday. If I can leave you doing that, job well done. So have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm here every day at 3 o'clock. I'll see you.